Hey y'all, kiss kiss, bang bang. This is the Housewives of Salt Lake City, a little review recap, talk about season was this 5, episode 10. And yeah, we'll just jump right into it because all the ladies are home from vacation pretty much. A little montage of what everybody's doing. Really didn't write much down besides like Angie was with her daughter or something. Oh, Mary, she actually started the show off with kind of like a little um Robin Leachman, Housewives of the Rich and Famous kind of voice in the background of her. She's setting up, well, at first I thought it was a setup for like some dinner or something, but it's actually a brunch and she wants all the ladies to come over and it's going to be a breakfast at Tiffany's theme. Because if you ever know, it's her kitchen that they always, they pretty much show all her crap in her house, but her kitchen is Tiffany blue for a reason, Audrey Hepburn. So we will get to that a little bit later. Before that, we're going to jump right to Heather and Lisa and pretty much talking about the trip. This whole episode is kind of like a little rehashing of the trip and how people are feeling about, how it ended and what transpired while they were on there. The little hiccups here and there and the, who don't like me, who said what and why. And we all know Heather didn't go, right? So with Lisa trying to explain how Bronwyn basically went off on her. And only, you know what I'm saying? You're defending Heather, but Bronwyn is supposed to be your friend too, right? Your friend first before Heather is pretty much how she sees it. And I guess anybody else who's watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, where is your loyalty? And you couldn't even answer simple questions. But of course, that's on Bronwyn's side. This is Heather and Lisa. And of course, they're pretty much agreeing that maybe Bronwyn is the one that has the problem. It's not Heather. It's not her emotions and all that stuff. It's all justified on Heather's part. So we're gonna put it all on Bronwyn, and Lisa's just gonna ride with it, I guess. So I don't know if we should point out the raccoon penis on the hat because they went to a bar. It was like it was a hat shop where you could buy hats, but it was a little speakeasy on the inside for a little bar. And one of the ladies had one and it had like a little raccoon penis that she showed the ladies. So I don't know. Fun little fact. So Bronwyn and Todd are talking about the trip. And, we kind of get a little bit of more insight on how this relationship is working out, the little dynamics to their relationship. She listens to him. She basically Todd, I will say, is her life, it's her everything at this point. So it's important that I don't even how do you explain it? Like it's very, what he thinks of her is very important. You know what I'm saying? So the way she reacted when she was going back and forth with Lisa, for him, it was like a shocking thing. Like, girl, I ain't never seen you like that before. You was yelling, you was out of character. Like, if this is the way them girls is gonna be acting, then maybe you don't need to be here. Maybe you need to go. Like, because it's beneath you. It's basically what he was trying to say. Like, and Bronwyn on her side, it's like, well, she gets what he's trying to say, but I think for her side, in order to be on the show or around these ladies, I gotta monkey see, monkey do. In Rome, I gotta be do as. You know what I'm saying? If they gonna be like this, so that's why I'm doing this. But Todd is like, nah, that's not us. I don't think this is. If this is the way it's gonna be going, we might need to think about some things. So Angie and her father, Angie makes some dinner for her dad, invites him over and things like that. And they're just pretty much talking about her life at this point, her parenting. Her mom died when she was young, so it's just her dad raising her and her brothers and sisters. So that motherly bond and things is something that she never really got. And, I think as a parent herself, she's just realizing that maybe those experiences is why she's being, such a mama bear, so clingy to her own daughter. And her dad was just there, for support and things like that, because it's something that she's got to work out and talk out, but at least it's something that she's, can acknowledge, I guess. So, cute little scene. We flip over to Mary, and do we go straight into the brunch? Let me look at my notes real quick. I think we go straight into the brunch. Yeah, so this pretty much the whole episode was based around this brunch. Kind of like a couple other episodes, or should I say, yeah, like Potomac or something. We just literally stuck to one dinner, and that was the whole episode because it was so much back and forth, going back and forth. So we're going to try to sort this out because it was a little bit, it was the order of things, right? First things first, everybody arrives, and you have to be dressed up in your best Audrey Hepburn, I guess. Audrey Hepburn a little bit before my time. Breakfast at Tiffany's a little bit before my time. But I will say everybody looked cute except for Meredith. Something I didn't like, whatever she did with the bangs. Was that a permanent cut or what? Because, ooh, girl, no. Whitney, she was like, I wanted to at least not show up looking like Meredith because, yeah, girl, no. Lisa ended up somehow with the same outfit that Mary has. She wasn't wearing it, but she was like, yeah, I bought that same one, girl. And Lisa like, nah, mine's this runway, yours is off the rack. Two different things. Okay, whatever. Semantics. But either way, you wasn't wearing it like the runway, girl. I saw that. When Heather came in, Heather did not say hi to Bronwyn. Okay, dig there. We saw an empty spot at the table, which was directly across from Mary, that said Brittany. And I was like, oh, shoot, I done forgot all about Brittany for a little quick second. Because, as a new girl, she did get a little lost in the sauce because she wasn't on the trip. But like I said, I don't think she's a bad new girl, or I don't think she's a great new girl. Like, she's right in the middle. Because, she's still, like, she's got something about her, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? And she's not really backing down from the girls. She's actually speaking up and speaking her mind, which we'll get to a little bit in a minute because, she was a little bit late. And they noticed that her plate, and Mary was like, yeah, I invited her because I want her to know I ain't poor. Which was a flashback to the first episode when they first met, and it was a little misunderstanding about the furs and the fashion and, whatever. Which we get a joke later when she arrives talking about don't put the rolls in your purse. Okay, so, it was cute. Mary is not bad. Like, it's so weird. Like, I just don't understand. What was she on first season? Because it's like a whole new person. And I even forgot to mention this, I think, on the first episode, Mary's hair. Because when she first started, what was up with the head? What was up with that? Now, let me see. Versace plates. Angie, I don't know how she thought Abraham Lincoln had Versace way back in the 18 something. Okay, and so pretty much all the laughs and stuff kind of stop here because Heather goes straight into it. Thank you, Mary, for inviting me, to this great event and including me, and everything, didn't leave me out. Basically throwing a dig at Bronwyn. And it's funny, the seating, like I said, because Mary put herself across from Brittany, knowing that they had a little riff. Mary put Bronwyn across from Heather and Lisa. So, okay, I'm like, okay, girl, okay. And here goes the back and forth because, of course, Heather feels some type of way about not going on the trip. Bronwyn has to say, well, I tried to invite you and obviously you took it the wrong way. And, You cried, like I heard you cried about it because Lisa told her and all this stuff. And if you were so sad and things like that, then you would have did this. And it was like, well, it was all your reaction, Heather, because had you not have did what you did, we could have changed it. That's the whole point of why I invited you over to my house. Like, but you kind of just missed the whole thing with whatever notion that you had of me or whatever, you know what I'm saying, from that little first misunderstanding that we had, I think on episode 1 or 2 at the little ice rink or whatever they had went to. Like, girl, you had it on me since then. So, okay, they do their little thing. And was this when Lisa jumped in real quick? Because no, who jumped in it? Yeah, so it wasn't Lisa, it was Brittany who kind of broke this up because she wasn't invited on a trip either. So she was just letting them know, like, yeah, I'm a little bit left out. And only one who invited me to something was Mary, to this dinner or to this brunch that we're having right now. Everything else, y'all just been doing by yourselves. I invited Angie to my little gathering with the little church group prayer thing, whatever they had, and she bought wine. Who brings wine to a Mormon church event? Like, Mormons don't drink and this and this and that, and it's disrespectful. And they're like, well, you're drinking right now. Well, yeah, of course. I'm not at church. I'm not around my church people. Like, it's the whole, you know what I'm saying? Heather, you will know all about that, which is true. You know what I'm saying? They're all drinkers at this point. I can't remember if all of them are Mormons or not. We all know Mary's like Pentecostal. Somebody might be a Jew. Whitney quit. Heather quit. Yeah, whatever. But either way, girl, just for the respect that out of the stuff, I just didn't want you to bring the dang drink. So her and Angie went back and forth on that. Angie brings up, okay, well, you had 3 boyfriends and you bringing 3 different dudes all around the world and this and this and that. And Mary, excuse me. Yeah, sorry, excuse my voice when it starts to crack because I don't be talking this much. I'm like a very quiet person, right? But either way, Mary going her confessional and she like, Jared been in my DMs. And I'm like, what? I hollered. I was like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't, y'all. He was in the date. He was in it. Yes, screenshots to prove it. Talking about some, hey, gorgeous or beautiful. You're so amazing. I was like, And they said, you gonna tell Brittany about it? She's like, oh, no, I ain't gonna tell her. I got too much stuff going on. I am not, girl, you right. She got too much going on to have beef with somebody over a man. Girl, nah, not today. Look, not today, saying. And y'all do know Mary is married to Robert Sr., right? So come on. So pretty much Brittany stands up and makes her stance about being left out, and she just would love to be more included in the group. Okay, fine, she's justified. They said, you have the floor, go ahead, air out all your issues. So she brings up, her little riff with Lisa and her with helping her break up with Jared, situation, because it wasn't exactly the way that Brittany wanted it to go, but it happened, and so she blamed Lisa for that. Then, of course, this flips to Bronwyn, because remember, Brittany has something to say about Todd, and you're married to Todd, and is it because of his money, and basically trying to call her a gold digger, on the low. And this is where Heather, her and her beef with Mary was already squashed. But when she brought up Bronwyn and this stuff with the husbands, of course, Heather wanted to jump in with her 2 cents because she all mad still and thought she was about to do something right. So, yeah, do you have a prenup or not? Bronwyn said, okay, I do have a prenup. It doesn't mean anything. What's up? My finances with my husband, whether I leave him or don't leave him. What is your obsession with that? which is true. Who cares if he has one or not? We all know the consequences of not having one. Um, did you have one, Mary? I mean, you could have asked that. I would ask. I mean, throw it right back at her. So, pretty much Heather tried to go in on Bronwyn with that. Bronwyn stated her piece and was like, listen, I'm not about to take none of this. Um, we move on to basically, because, Heather is salty at this point. That's exactly what I wrote down. Heather just salty. She ain't going on the trip. So she's trying to dig at anything that she can at this moment. Okay, fine. It didn't get nowhere as you thought it was going to get. So Bronwyn brings up the fact that, you know what, yeah, you was going to go on the trip. I even bought the damn ticket. So this, for some reason, Heather says, well, how you going to buy me a ticket? You don't even know my birthday. Oh, well, I got your birthday from somebody. They took it over to Whitney because technically they're cousins, right? Wouldn't she know her own birthday? Whitney in the confessional Googles it, and it says something about June, I think, but no year. Heather's like, don't nobody know my birthday. I told all them bitches some fake shit. And even the producers tried asking her the confessionals, and she like, nope, I'm not gonna say. So I'm like, girl, what's up with the age? Is you 60? Like, what did you hiding? Who cares? Who cares? Looks like who cares? So with this seat situation, of course, it brings up the coach seats because it was like, yeah, and these bitches was all mad and salty that I didn't get them first class on the way home. After I done bought them food, gave them a free room and board, I flew them there private already. What else I done did? Like, so y'all mad over a damn stupid little 30-minute whatever plane ride in the back. So, of course, Lisa has something to say, like, oh, well, I didn't complain, blah, 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 blah. I just thought this and this, whatever. Because you expected something better. Okay, fine. Angie, you're the one that bought it up. So, Angie got her little face on, like, girl, who told you to throw me in it? But, sure, I might have said something. You know how Angie do. She do be like, that is so Angie. And the whole time, Meredith wasn't saying nothing, right? She was being quiet. I guess she was waiting on her time. Because pretty much after Bronwyn put her foot down and just said, listen, I bought the tickets like I wanted because it was my credit card. Okay? And I bought me first class. Ching! And since I had to buy some other little whatever, it's just, yep, they gonna sit where I put them at. Because guess what? Appreciate. And y'all didn't appreciate ruining my goddamn anniversary, goddamn trip. Man, all in all, we somehow bring this conversation down, and Heather and Bronwyn agree that, look, I was only trying to get to know you. In that process of getting to know you, something went wrong. So let's just start all over, and we'll see where it goes. Back in her confessionals, though, of course, Bronwyn is like, look, I don't know, Heather. She be getting the girls riled up and just to try to help herself out, basically. And, Heather and she did admit that she's just mad because she was salty and a hater right now, that she didn't get to go on the trip. So that's why she's being so mean on purpose. It's just because she's being a hater. Okay, fine. And also a little side note, because I don't want to say Heather's traumatized from last season and Monica, if we have to bring up her name. But yeah, she's using that as an excuse. I don't know if it's an excuse or not, because how many new people, well, I don't know. Because we didn't really get that many new people on the show like that, I guess, to where they did not know them. I feel like, say, such a small city, everybody kind of know each other anyway, right? But whatever Monica did is like psychologically up here in Heather's head, and whatever Jen Shaw did to Heather is all up in here in that black eye. So, yeah, anyway, hopefully Heather can get to know Brown when they're going to trust each other and move on. Okay, whatever. So, Heather. No, Meredith. Okay, so like I said, she was just kind of quiet this whole time. But then now it's her turn to speak. And we'll say, was it, I can't remember if it was, no, it was Angie. Okay, so Angie spoke up first to say, okay, well, Meredith, Sean, we're that thing that happened, I thought we were cool, but now that you rehash this thing with Sean, her husband, and things, it was like, I'm not sure where we at. Like, are we good? Are we not good? So this gets Meredith's little antennas perking, and she's like, okay, I was trying to move on, but the fact that, my son was brought up in the situation and you use my son to try to justify my actions and against, gosh, it's so, I know it's really not that hard to explain. It really shouldn't be. Okay, so it's pretty much Meredith is just still mad that Sean will not apologize or acknowledge what he so-called said about Brooks, right? Which she ends up playing the tape of Sean saying what he said on a podcast. Now, from what I heard, from what Sean said, which they played it on the last episode as well, it sounded like he did not say specifically Brooks did something malicious or like, what I'm saying, verbatim or whatever. He was just saying that, okay, yeah, she said some of the rumors and the nastiness. We went to confront her or whatever about the issue. Instead of explaining her side or apologizing or whatever she had to do, she flipped it around to try to make it seem to bring up her son to try to deflect the situation into something else, right? And that's just not what I was on. I was on a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? I was on the rumors and the nastiness. I wasn't on that. She was the one that flipped it over to something else, right? So when he never gave her that apology last time, so for some reason it was just still, it's like almost out in the open, like, are we friends or are we not friends? Are we cool or are we not cool? So that's pretty much what Angie was trying to say. But Meredith was getting so mad about it and hyped up. She just kept getting louder and louder and louder. She brings up the thing on the phone, and I guess because she couldn't hear it, Whitney grabbed it to try to turn up the volume. So here go Meredith. Give me my phone. She gets up. Give me my phone. Snatches it away. I was trying to show you. I was going to turn it up. And she's all robotic and all this stuff, And I'm like, ooh, Meredith, if you don't take, ooh, the hair, girl, it was the hair. It wasn't helping at all. And she can't, I feel like when she's frustrated like that, she can't get her words out right. And her and Whitney is going at it now. You know what I'm saying? So with this back and forth, they're getting loud. Mary's like, shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. Stop. Come on, guys. And Mary, honestly, I can't remember before this even happened, somewhere in the break between maybe Bronwyn and Heather or Brittany and Lisa or Brittany and whatever, Meredith had some words of wisdom. And she was getting down with the girls, okay? Trying to get some words of inspiration out. But then now this whole new fight starts out. And now she's trying to calm the situation down. Neither one of them listen because they're going back and forth like this. And so Mary just said, look, Meredith, if y'all can't be quiet, y'all got to go. And she was just saying that in general to everybody because it was Whitney going and Meredith going, a little bit of Angie, but whatever. Meredith jumps up and said, okay, Okay, I'm going to go. And Mary was like, well, no, you don't have to go. No, you kicked me out. You said I had to go. And I'm like, oh, Lord, just let her go. Let her disengage, y'all, because she's added up to here. She can't even speak right. I don't even know if she be drunk at this point, because I'll be trying to think, like, is she drunk? Or is she just can't get the words out because she's so... like, that's Meredith. She's so stiff neck a little bit. And, you know... And Angie, she's the one that's like a robot. So it's, they all got their little personalities, but that's kind of where it ended, where she, Meredith was mad. Meredith, I don't even know if they even got through dinner all the way or brunch all the way, or whatever the fuck that shit was. Either way. Yeah. So we're going to have to get to the next one. Like I said, good season so far. Good season. I ain't know I was going to talk this much because I didn't really get that much notes. But, I mean, a lot of, arguments. You can always squeeze things out of arguments because they just be going, right? And there's just so many. And it's just you and you and you and you and you and you. So, listen, I don't talk long enough. I be trying to make these things so short. But I can't never can. Can't never can. Yep. That's when it's time for me to get off here because I know y'all gonna be thinking that I ain't right. All right. Peace.